welcome to the much beloved Animation Weekly Recap.
Nice.
We missed you guys so much.
Let me get you in this a little bit more. Boom.
Oh, thank you. We shot last Monday, and then we came out on Friday.
Yes.
Then we shot back to the Wednesdays.
Today.
So it's been a week and a half. So we've missed you guys dearly.
Yeah. It may not have felt like much of a gap for you guys, but it has been for us.
Right, because for y'all, you had your regular scheduled programming.
And since then, I didn't tell you, well, I've told you, I think, but we didn't talk about it. I went away this last weekend too, went to Miami area.
That's right.
With your mom. And I sold at a convention. It was a TCG convention. Trading card game convention. So it's because of the Loracana cards, Disney Loracana cards that I've done.
How was that?
It was 2 big conventions in a row. Animation Expo one weekend, the one we were co-hosting and putting on, and then this one. And yeah, it was a little much.
Yeah, that's crazy. What was the crowd like?
It was good. It was smaller convention, like a mini con, but it was
like
sold
the amount
out.
That was Animation or less or more?
No, it was less. Yeah.
Less than Animation Y'all.
Yeah, I would say so.
Wow.
Or about equal.
Did you make any big sales?
Yeah, I did. Did very well.
Oh yeah.
The trading card people. This is for you
guys. So we can make that an open bar at the wedding.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
Perfect.
It is all going to the wedding.
I've been wanting to get some cute decor and stuff and hanging lanterns. It sounds like we can.
No.
You had a good weekend.
We did, but we're just trying to get the bare minimum for this wedding because it's in a foreign land. You want to go extravagance and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm only getting married once.
We could put on a record or something, but you want a live band. You're doing it up.
Yeah.
It's on the water. It's on the ocean.
First off, that's not fair because we got that venue for cheaper. You could get one here.
Yes, that does make me feel better about it.
It was cheaper than Lexi's, and we got tables and chairs with it. So
Lexi's her older sister, and yes, it is a competition. I have 4 daughters now, and it feels like the wedding price tag is going up every time, and that's my concern as a dad.
Well, lucky for you, I have very expensive taste, so I feel like I'll probably be the most expensive.
It's all downward from here.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, except everything gets more expensive.
I just happen to pick out the most expensive thing. Like if you gave me an option for 3, like which one do you like more? I'd be like that one. You'd be like, really? Because it's $2,000 more. I'd be like, that's crazy. I just have expensive taste, I guess.
I guess we do. I was going to ask you how your week was, but we just kind of filled that gap with wedding talk. So maybe we should get into animation.
You never asked me how my week is.
How was your week?
It was okay.
Great. Let's get into animation. What you got over here on that little computer?
Really? Okay.
Kick.
Story 1.
Story 1.
Rude. Story 1, obviously we have to debrief the Oscars. Don't look at me. Don't try and be sweet to me now. Okay, obviously we have to stop. You look like I don't even know. Okay. We have to debrief the Oscars.
Yes.
So story
big.
1.
This is huge.
Huge. The Oscars. He's trying to break away.
Dog trying to leave.
So, obviously, the main craziest thing ever, Flow wins Best Animated Feature.
What? I want to back this up. Say, I saw a report, because I had forgotten this fact, but maybe some of you guys will remember. This is the 3rd year in a row that Disney and Pixar did not win Best Picture.
I had no idea.
For years, just cleaning up. But 3 years in a row, it's been small indies. I think it was Miyazaki one year. But anyway, I can't remember the other couple.
Wow.
3rd year in a row.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Not only that, but the Anora won Best Feature.
Yes.
And
another huge surprise.
Another $6 million film. And Flow was $3.5 million. They are both, small indie out of country studios.
Have you seen Anora?
No, I actually quite literally did not hear about it till I saw the Oscars.
Oh, really? Never. Okay,
Till
so
it
I
literally cleaned up the
I
Oscars.
had seen a trailer for it, but I get these emails of new trailers that are coming out. So like I'm seeing a lot of trailers. I didn't seek it out; it just came to me in this email, and so I looked at it, and it looked like it was like just some small indie, and it was. It's only a $6 million film.
It was small.
It was only $6 million. Killed all these huge films, including I can't remember if Gladiator 2 was nominated for Best Picture.
It was not.
It probably wasn't.
It was only costume.
But it had a lot. Anyway, they were all big budget
films.
films.
I think you would hate the film. I don't think you should watch it. I heard that they say the F word 400 times.
Oh, literally 400?
Literally 400.
Oh, yeah. That would bug me. There's a certain point where it just gets to be like, okay, that's unnecessary.
Please.
Yeah.
Right? I grew up in a house I wasn't allowed to say the word pissed.
What are you doing? This is a family show.
It's not even a bad word. Anyways, not only that, but my trusty podcast that I listened to said it was just like the worst film they've ever seen, that the acting was just horrendous, that the whole plot was pretty much like I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I
heard it was like Pretty Woman, but adult.
No, it's pretty much like a rich guy. From what I understand, a rich guy looks for he
gets a prostitute.
I don't know I didn't know if we were allowed to say that.
I think that's a technical term.
Well, no, it's sex worker, but I don't know if you can say that on there.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, guys, no playing.
He gets
sex. A ex-worker.
There you go.
And
sorry, too late.
They fall in love and then apparently just like hang out at his beach and like.
Well, no, they get married.
Yeah.
And he wants to. Okay, the other part of it, and this isn't a spoiler, is that he's like Russian or something like that, and he wants to stay in the United States. So he knows if he marries her, because she is, from the U.S. That,
I didn't know that.
That then he can legally stay and kind of thumb his nose
apparently
to his
the
parents.
marriage is like they're just hanging out. Like the whole movie was like then they just get married and then they hang out at his beach house.
I don't know at what point the love part comes in. I think they get married and then maybe fall in love. I hope. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm really wishing like this wasn't just an animation based podcast, or
because we could dig into that more.
Well, I would love to talk about Best Dressed, but obviously we can't get into the outfits or just like debrief the entire thing.
Maybe not dive that deep into the Academy Awards, Best Speech or whatever.
Best Dressed, Adam Sandler. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Did you see
But that was, I saw that little clip, so I missed it. I was traveling, I was coming home from Miami.
It was funny. It was
missed the whole thing. But I saw a clip of him. Was that
it was supposed
like
to happen.
A gag?
Yeah.
Because I know Conan O'Brien commented on it. So
yeah, he was sitting there.
So
like,
it was
ready
staged.
For his, right?
Okay.
He was like, I'm pretty sure mic'd up.
But, yeah, he was very mic'd up because I heard him very clearly.
Yeah. Anyways, it was kind of a crazy year, which I think is like making waves.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Every animation website I follow, a lot of podcasts. I mean, you name it. They're all talking about how Flow is changing. It should or could change the way animation is done. I think what it's going to do, and there's good news, bad news here. It will shift to indie studios. So people like us, Pencilish Studios, that's great news, right?
I know. We were like, dare I say, ahead of the game.
Way ahead.
It's like
in the US.
So hard.
Yeah.
Like having everybody want to be us. Like we are like, what's it called? Like wave shakers. Like, what's that called? Did I just put together two terms?
Yeah, it's breaker. Groundbreakers?
No, but like, we're like...
I think that's what you meant.
No, it's not. Like, we're like leading the pack.
Right.
Like, everybody's eyes are on us right now. And they're like, well, what are you going to do with this information?
Well, us and the studio that created Flow. They're getting quite a bit of press.
They saw Flow win.
Oh.
And then they thought... All right, Pencilish.
They're like, wait, Pencilish is already doing that.
They're like, Pencilish, it's your turn. Like, step up.
And
they're like, what are you guys going to do? And we're like, just watch.
Just watch. We have some cards ready to play. Okay. I just want to say
You're in my joke.
I'm thrilled that Flo won for the indie love of it all. Here's the bad news.
Did it
I
earn
think
it?
but I'm on the business track right now. I think all the studios are going to go, we can make things for $3 million, and they can't in the US, honestly. So one is California still doesn't have tax incentives that could get even close to anywhere in the US, much less the foreign tax incentives, which are like up to 45-50% in some cases, 40 to 50%.
So over your business brain.
Anyway, California, I think it's like 15. I don't know what it is. It's tiny. So I just think the costs are going to go down, which means I'm just concerned about how they're going to go about it. They're just going to go, everything that we used to do for 100 million, we're now doing for 18. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, I actually didn't listen to a word you just said because you talking about your business brain reminded me that I wanted to tell you something.
okay,
in last week's episode,
Yeah.
you said something about putting on your business brain. I was watching it before
A
I
hat.
was posting it.
Business hat.
No, you call it your business brain.
Okay.
We were talking about animation, y'all, and you said, okay, like, let me put on my business brain, like you were about to drop like the craziest information ever to say something that's like so not business oriented and had literally nothing to do with it. It was you saying that, like, as a like planner of an expo, you want it to be important that the exhibitors are happy. That's what you said after putting on your business brain.
That does relate. I was thinking about, did they make money?
What can we do to steer you away from the business brain conversation, or just
some people like that?
No, it's not that like you don't.
You talk about the dresses and what they wore. I'm talking about.
It's not that you don't share amazing information. Yeah. I love it, but like maybe we.
I love it, but
maybe we find a different term than like putting on my business brain. Like,
okay. Well, yeah. I don't know where that started. Let's go back to episode 1. Everybody review that. I have a feeling she started that. But
I absolutely never started the term business brain.
I think I started with business hat.
I think you did.
And maybe I evolved it or said it wrong.
And you say it quite literally at least once an episode. Actually, put it in the comments. Can you count how often Tom talks about his business brain?
Or business hat.
Or business hat, sure.
Right.
Double the numbers. Anyways, I had to bring it up because
we're looking at a subject, and I'm looking at it from multiple aspects. Sometimes the creative, sometimes the business. Trying to separate those two things as I talk about them. That's all.
Another factor involved. That's something you could say.
Okay.
Another thing to consider.
I'll try and find different entry points into this conversation.
The business side of things states.
Yes. States. It's stating it? Okay. I think I'm stating it.
But
okay.
Per the last conversation.
Right.
Okay. It's okay.
What my friend Elon would say is.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Flow won.
Not like.
Amazing. Tell us in the comments if you think it deserved to win.
Do you think it?
Wild Robot was a better film.
Okay. I don't know if like you convinced me, and I would hate to say it if you did. I would never admit that.
No, because you got on me that I said negatives in my
roll
review
over
last week of
in
Flow.
my grave. Yeah.
Go back to last week's episode. We reviewed Flow.
Where I eat my own words right now.
Yeah.
No. Do I think it should have won? No. Honestly, do I think Wild Robot? Maybe. It would make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like, Inside Out was really great. I mean, I didn't see Moana too.
Well, and here's the other thing. I was watching Wild Robot for the second time on the plane coming back from Miami as Academy Awards were going on. I must admit, and I only got about halfway through it, but I must admit, I was a lot less impressed the second time. So
really? I thought you were going to say more. I thought you were going to throw tea. Well,
story-wise, I was just like, this is really a simple story. And there's times where I'm like, I don't even, like, you blink and something else. I don't feel anything for that robot for most of the film.
All of it.
And the fox. I don't like the fox. It's like only the very last third do we even really care about them.
The fox just randomly becomes like caring.
The only character I like is the mama otter, and Is it otter? No.
Yeah, and
possum.
Possum and her babies.
Because they're funny, and there's
cute.
some even warmth to it. Even
I don't think I'll ever see it again because I already could tell, like, and it is one of those. I was like, I don't need to see it again.
Yeah. The duckling. I don't care about the duckling. I don't know.
It was kind of cute, but
maybe again. I feel like we barely get to it takes most of the film.
Yeah, well, we can't get into all of that, but I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them did that, to be honest. That's why I feel like Inside Out 2 at least got into the thick of it.
Well, I agree with that. I think Inside Out had a better
Can't speak
story.
for Moana, and I sure as heck can't speak for Wallace and Gromit.
People got on us in the comments about the Wallace and Gromit hate. Yeah.
Really?
It's just been around a long time. We've seen it. Is it really evolving or changing? It's kind of the same thing.
Actually,
every time.
I will say,
isn't it?
I will say in the, like, you know how they show you like a little clip right before when they go through all the films that are up for Best Animated Feature, and they show like little clips of each film. Wallace and Gromit was looking pretty good.
Did it? Did you laugh out loud?
No, there was no dialogue. They just like did like a quick like music background.
Got it.
Probably because there was no dialogue in flow, so they couldn't do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, it looks like I would be into it. I would watch. Like, I feel like there's probably a lot more character development than Flo and the Wild Robot.
I know. We're hating on Wild Robot now, guys. It's pretty. I mean, it looks good, but
it's all right.
I don't think it's as groundbreaking as everybody kind of said. That's all.
No. Anyways, all to say, that was the Oscars. It was pretty crazy. Not much piping hot tea that like usually drops after the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Which is okay, but it left my like Monday morning like not as exciting as I thought it would be on TikTok. But that's okay.
Mm. Well, that
like usually they're like, did you see this clip of
right.
There's like,
look at how she's half naked in this dress or whatever.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, can you believe that they said that? And I'm like, there was nothing.
Yeah.
Except for like best dress, and that wasn't even that great.
Was there political speeches?
A couple. It wasn't terrible from what I saw.
Okay.
There was a couple.
Okay.
But, you can't get through the Oscars without that.
Well, I would have liked to have been there. I would have loved to have seen them, but...
Yeah, you didn't miss much. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay.
Let's get into Article 2, which I forgot that we talked about Technicolor last week. So as we were sitting here, I just looked up some article on it so that we can like recap what's happened since last week.
Yeah, a little update.
So I have not read this. Oh.
What?
Okay, so behind the sickening collapse of Technicolor and why its failure is sending shockwaves through visual effects. Thank you. The V confuses me. Yeah. So they started telling people that it wasn't okay. This is like a full. I just want to know what happened.
You're just trying to, little updates. I will say this.
Oh, Transperfect acquired Technicolor Games.
Oh, okay. So pieces of it are being sold off, or
it looks like it. I saw something on Animation Magazine Technicolor last week because I was actually staying up to date.
Good for you.
Were you?
No, I was traveling and busy.
Okay. Technicolor shuttering?
Yeah, just shutting down. Yeah.
Shuttering U.S. offices of Micros Animation, The Mill, NPC, Advertising, Files for Administration in UK.
No, that's not administration. Go back.
Administration.
Oh, it is administration. I don't know what that means in the UK, but bankruptcy or something probably.
In a move that will impact hundreds of employees in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, visual effects group Technicolor Creative Studios announced in a memo to employees in the U.S. That they are closing. So it's official. They are closing.
Right. Last we talked about it, they had the weekend that they were going to try.
They were going to do everything that they can.
And
I wish I could find the article that I was keeping up with because It was giving
Cartoon Brew was doing that, I think.
Oh, was it
You wanna
Cartoon
go to
Brew? Okay,
cartoonbrew.com.
Cartoon Brew. Because they talked about, they interviewed one of the heads of like one of
the subsidiary companies.
One of the ones in like England or something. And
Yeah.
it was like kind of tea.
I'm sure there was. Cartoon Brew loves the tea.
Oh, now thousands of... Oh, here it is. Here we go.
Here it is. Here's the story, guys. We're there.
Thousands of workers won't be paid for the month of February, which they had already worked. They didn't get the email till February 21st. Now they're not getting that. The Paris-based conglomerate is on the brink of total collapse. The entire company could shut down as early as Monday. Okay, yes, we know.
Terrible.
Okay, here's as of Friday, February 28th. A petition demanding justice for thousands of unpaid Technicolor India workers have garnered over 2,600 signatures since being published yesterday. So it seems like...
I'm sure that's much higher now, but yeah, I heard about that.
Everybody is like not getting paid. I don't know if we covered this on our talk last week, but they are not even finishing the projects that they were working on.
Oh, no, they didn't know yet.
Okay, yeah,
So,
they're not. From what I saw, they are not finishing.
Next
at least certain branches.
Lilo and Stitch, the live action Lilo and Stitch. They're just ditching
Thank God.
it. Well, somebody will pick up that work, we can assume.
And Snow White.
And Snow White. Those dwarves. Have we talked about the dwarves? They look
You mentioned
terrible.
it last week. I don't know if
it looks like
all...
Shrek. It looks like the first Shrek. That's what that looks like. Ugh.
I don't know if it's all of them or just like one of them. Like one of them are closing and they're not finishing it. So I don't want to spread fake news, but I saw that in the one from the England people. But I think it's everywhere.
Yeah.
This is a lot about India.
Yeah, I've heard that's the big... I think they had more people there. That's why it's probably getting...
Oh, this one I think was it. Nick Holloway and David Pike from Interpath Advisory, the newly appointed ministers of the UK branch of Technicolor, said in a letter today. Oh, so they like literally got like new administration. Like it's just a mess. Like people are leaving ship.
Wow.
Said in a letter today. Imagine getting that job. Why would you say yes? Anyways. Said in a letter today that the majority of the company's activities have ceased in the UK and will regret the majority of the company's circa 440 employees in the UK have been made redundant. They added as a priority, the joint administrators will be providing supporters to the impacted. Obviously not. They're not supporting. They're not even paying their work.
Terrible.
So it's just... I mean, it's kind of still going on. We thought it'd be done.
No, I think it's going to take a while.
It's still going on, which is crazy. Anyways, that's an update. We will keep you guys updated. And next time...
Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, no, I'm talking over you.
Yes, keep going.
Next time, I'll be like more on it. It like kind of clicked mid-talk that I was like, oh, wait, I wonder what happened.
Got it.
So I'm like going to keep... Did you hear that?
I think it's just my foot. What?
Oh, I thought the dog tooted. I'm not sure you did it.
Maybe.
Anyway, so we'll like... This is now your number one place to go for Technicolor updates.
Oh, really? I don't know how many of you guys are that interested, but...
Really? Because I'm somebody that doesn't know much about animation, and this is finally... I mean,
some tea.
So sorry, because like, very sorry for those that have gone through this.
No, there's a lot of
piping hot tea.
But it is piping hot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to add to that, which is that's what I was about to say.
Sorry.
It also rumors, and I don't think anything substantiated, at least that I've seen, but rumors the last couple of days is that Disney Vancouver is having layoffs.
Oh, that's my next article.
Oh, well, let's jump to it.
Article 3.
Yay.
Disney cancels Tiana animated series and jumps ship on long-form streaming tunes.
Nice.
Long-form is gone. The Walt Disney Animation Studio are no longer cooking up long-form streaming content, according to the Hollywood Reporter. The first title to be culled from the lineup is Tiana, the Disney Plus series based on the 2009 movie. A source revealed that WDAS was also shelving an unannounced feature project destined for Disney Plus and confirmed that there will be layoffs at Disney Vancouver Animation Studio.
Yeah, here's the irony on that. From what I remember, I think that the Vancouver studio is where they made Moana 2, the one that made so much money for them. And now
So
they're
why are
laying
they
them
doing
off.
this?
Because and that's why I think Moana 2 was the first in a line. We didn't know it at the time, but now we do, which was it was supposed to be a TV series, and at the last minute they threw it all together and made it into a feature film.
It worked.
Released it as a feature. It worked. Yes, you're right. And now, because of that, they're only going to be doing features, it sounds like.
No, they're not doing long form streaming.
I mean theatrical. But for streaming, they're going, no, we're not going to do anything long form. You're missing it.
Jump ship on long form streaming. It says right here, this shift follows Pixar's announcement last year that they will no longer be prioritizing long form episodic content after launching the Inside Out spinoff Dream Productions in recent original Win or Lose.
Right.
So they're not doing long form episodes.
What confuses me about that is not doing long form, and yet they make Moana 2. But that's why I think there's a little differentiation here.
Well, this says long form
Disney
episodic.
Plus. And episodic?
This says long form episodic. They will not be doing long form episodic. So they're going to be doing short form episodic, which I did see Tiana got moved into short. Like now they're doing a short form episode of it. So like it's not gone.
Okay.
It's just canceled from
So
long
basically
form.
they're going to just do
Bluey.
really, really shorts, or they're going to do feature films.
That's what I'm getting. They're trying to be Bluey.
Yeah.
Bluey's like a 5-minute episode, a quick little day in the life.
And they said
what's
that baseball one that they were
Win or Lose?
Win or Lose is like one of the last ones. That they're just going to finish that season.
Yeah. So, which I'm kind of confused about. Like, obviously, there's a big shift coming. I guess I'm a bit confused because yes, Bluey did well, but I follow. Actually, let me put my business brain on. I do marketing.
Number one. That's the first time saying it. Let's keep track.
I do marketing, so
yes.
I'm always following what people are interested in. And like, originally when I started working at Pencilish, it was like we had to catch people's attention within the first 10 to 15 seconds.
Yes.
Then it moved into we need to catch people's attention within the first 4 seconds. Mm-hmm. Then it moved into people are looking for long form content. All they want to do is sit there and put something on in the background and let it play while they work, while they get ready, whatever they're doing. That's why now we're recording a podcast, like talking to a screen.
Without edits. Just keeps going.
There's a couple.
There's the dogs.
All to say, I'm kind of confused by this whole long form, short
Here's
form.
The thing.
We're so back and forth.
Everybody is confused. Everybody. Like when I went to Kids Screen, we both did, but you got sick. Oh, there's your dogs. Oh my gosh, you're driving me crazy. Anyway, when we went to Kids Screen, what we found out was very clearly, pretty quickly, you kind of saw, 1, nobody's buying anything. 2, nobody really knows what they want. Because they don't know what's going to work anymore. I think all the execs are just like, well, we did 2 or 3 of those, that didn't work. So now let's scrap that and go over here and try something new. I just think that they're looking
it's
for
like
the next
length
success
of something though. Like people are so stuck on, Win or Lose didn't work because of the length. I don't know. Dare I say it was the plot, the storyline, the writing? I don't know.
Right.
Don't you love my dogs barking?
I love your dogs barking.
Me too.
Put in the comments if you love to hear how distracting this podcast is with the dog.
It keeps it like, like you're here
real.
with us. It's real. So real. We're so real. We're so like you don't even know how real we are.
You don't even know.
We
are not AI at all. You can tell. Anyway, long story short.
Also say, I think we could just
sum
this up.
It's a little crazy right now in the industry.
With like big moves are being made. We just don't know what they are yet.
Yeah.
Like,
but here's
so many different things are happening.
Putting a couple of these stories together and putting my business hat on firmly, I just want to say,
literally, you just ached me out.
I feel like we can see where things are going. Like, okay, we got to spend less money on our films and our TV series. Okay, there's one thing that we're learning. Obviously, the U.S., I don't know why we've gotten to the point where most of the tentpole movies are $300 million to $500 million.
Yeah.
And that's the Marvel movies and things like that. But still, that's crazy money to think that you're going to get your money back. Oh, and then on TV, they're spending what, 250, million, or not 250, but like,
are you talking about Arcane?
Half, like $1 million an episode on up on like the Star Wars stuff, and it's multi millions of dollars per episode. Okay, we're gonna have to bring it down to a sitcom or something like that, where you have 1 or 2 sets. And you just gotta simplify it and make the characters enjoyable.
I think that's what like people are missing. Is like everything that does well, they're like, Bluey does well. They're basing it on, it's short form. So like now we must cut down to short form.
Right.
It's like, no, they did well because first off, it's a cute storyline. They've got good writing and all that stuff, but it's so simple.
Yeah.
Like I would say SpongeBob is pretty simple.
Sure.
It's a probably like it's a pretty small town.
It's very gettable. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, well, I'm even talking about the work involved. Like it seems like the simple things are Peppa Pig, like all those things are so simple. Yeah. And SpongeBob probably wasn't made for like a cheap price, and they probably all aren't, but they can be if they need to. And are you?
Yeah, I don't. SpongeBob may not be a great example. It's a
Peppa Pig, Bluey. Those are all pretty simple.
Okay, yeah, Peppa Pig for sure, Bluey for sure. Yeah, a lot simpler.
Yeah. Anyways, also to say, I feel like we're just like missing the wrong thing. I don't know. I don't know if that made any sense.
Well, we could see the writing on the wall. We have to spend less. You got to make them either shorter or longer, seems like.
It doesn't matter. I feel like it doesn't matter the length if it's interesting.
I do think there's a shift from TV to film. I think that's a third tier that I think we're starting to see, is that animation in the theaters is making good money. That's back since COVID and stuff. And that's good news. And that's why we're actually at Pencilish, we're shifting to a feature film right now for that reason, is that the studios.
Well, no, because we're the groundbreakers.
Oh, yeah, right. But I'm just saying, we've listed the 3 criteria. You got to spend less. Probably theatrical is not a bad idea. And now I've forgotten my third point.
The length doesn't matter.
People
are moving to features.
Yes. Simpler, but also,
I think at this point we're rambling. Do you?
I don't know. We're thinking out loud. We're
thinking out loud. We're like playing off each other, trying to figure out what's going on in the biz because we got our business hats on.
Animation weekly recap. That's what we do. We talk about what's going on, but then we kind of get into like, how can we fix it a little bit, right? I think we do that.
Yeah. We do.
You got to learn from it.
I think we're fixing the animation industry from this room.
Solid.
1 episode at a time.
1 episode at a time. Give us 5 years. We'll have it all fixed. Yep.
Love ya.
Boom.
Bye.
Bye.
Be sure to subscribe to the Pencilish Studios YouTube channel.